Welcome back to another episode with Pixelweb. Today I want to introduce you to a plugin that's going to help you create your Google XML sitemaps. Now, why are sitemaps important for your website? They help with your search engine optimization because what happens is it'll help Google to index the pages, posts, and assets on your website. So it's very important to have a good XML sitemap that's current. Alright, so in order to get started, let's go to the plugin section. Let's go to add new. Let's type in here Google XML sitemaps. Press return. And then the first one that pops up is the one we want to choose. You can see it's active on over 1 million plus WordPress installations, has amazing reviews, recently updated, and it's compatible. Look at more details. These are some of the basic details that it provides. It generates a special XML sitemap which will help search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, and Ask.com to better index your blog. With such a sitemap, it's much easier for the crawlers to see the complete structure of your site and retrieve it more efficiently. Alright, so this is just some information here as well. Again, active on 1 million plus WordPress installations, really good reviews. You see all these 5 stars right here. Alright, so let's install the plugin. We're going to activate the plugin, and then you see it's right here, Google XML Sitemaps. And now to get to the settings of it, we're going to go to our settings link and the side admin navigation sidebar. Go to XML Sitemap, and this is where you can do some of the configuration for it. Right here I'm getting this warning that I'm blocking search engines because I'm on my local host on my computer. So for this, obviously it doesn't make sense to have my site crawled by the search bot. What we're going to do here is you can update some of the information if you want. This will be the location file for your site. The URL to your sitemap index file is this. Search engines haven't been notified yet. Write a post to let them know about your sitemap. So obviously I'm blocking this since I'm on my local host, but on your live site, you would just create a post or page, and then it'll notify the search engines. You could choose notify Google about updates of your blog. So you can have this unchecked if you want, but it wouldn't make sense. I would just check it. And then you can also choose not to or to have Bing notified as well. Add sitemap URL to the virtual robots.txt file. So that's good to leave checked. These are the default check settings. So that's really good to keep that way. You can try to increase the memory limit. Some installations of WordPress, depending on your server, will have different memory limit allocations. And that can, if it's too low, that can cause an issue. So here you can try to increase that if it's possible, if your server allows it to be increased. And then you can also try to increase the execution time. So these are, you just put in the settings you want. So if you want 4, you can put 4M or 16M, etc. And then these are the other options you have as well. On the bottom, you have this section here. So WordPress standard content, include homepage, include posts, include static pages. Now those are checked off by default. And then you can choose if you want to have these, included in your XML file as well. And then if you have multiple categories, you can have them excluded if you want, or you can include them. And if you have specific posts that are private or that you don't want, to have indexed in the XML file, then you can just put the list of IDs here separated by commas. And then you can also designate how often you change assets or pages or posts on your website. How often do you change your homepage? If you have a blog role on your homepage, then it'll change every time you add a new post. So you're going to want to have this value similar to how often you post, or monthly, weekly. So these are some of the options it has. And then this gives the priorities. So if you make any changes, just go back up, look around. If you make any changes, you can just update the options, or if you want to get back to the default settings, you can just reset the options. And then on the right, you see about this plugin, the plugin homepage, suggest a feature, if you have any suggestions, the help facts section, notify list. These are some of the links you can check out. And sitemap resources. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So now we have an idea of how to install Google XML Sitemap generator for WordPress. It's a great plugin. It's very popular. It's easy to use, and it'll help your search engine optimization efforts because every time you add a new post or page, it'll update the XML file for your site, and that will help Google and other search engines to better index the new pages of your website. I definitely recommend installing this plugin. A lot of other plugins have this feature built in, but this is a dedicated plugin that really does a good job at what it's supposed to do. It does one job and it does it amazingly well. All right, so guys, check out the plugin Google XML Sitemaps. Let's look at the page again. We'll go here. This plugin is really an amazing plugin to check out. Amazing reviews, a lot of active installations, recently updated, and compatible. Definitely check it out. And if you want to donate to the developer, he has a donate via PayPal link here as well. Maybe you want to get him a cup of coffee or something for the late nights that he's coding to keep this plugin up to date. So that'll always be cool. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this episode about how to add Google XML sitemaps to your website. Thanks for watching this episode. If you have any thoughts, ideas, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the episode, then definitely give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe because I'll be covering more topics on how to manage your WordPress powered website in the videos to come. Take care.